Today I effed up by trying to impress my date with my cooking skills. So, yeah. Today I am 29 totally and epically effed up. I thought I'd impress my date, Sarah F. 26, with my amazing cooking skills. Spoiler alert, it was a disaster of catastrophic proportions. Let's set the scene. I've been flirting with Sarah for a few weeks, and things were going great. She's beautiful, smart, funny, basically, way out of my league. In an attempt to show her that I'm not just a pretty face, I decided to invite her over to my place for a homemade dinner. Because nothing says husband material like a guy who can cook, right? Now, my culinary expertise is about as vast as the Sahara Desert, which is to say, not at all. My idea of cooking usually involves a microwave and a frozen pizza. But hey, YouTube tutorials exist for a reason, right? So I dive headfirst into the abyss of online cooking videos. I pick a recipe that looks fancy, but totally doable. Beef Wellington. Because why not start with one of the hardest dishes known to man? Cue the montage of me attempting to cook. It starts with me proudly strutting into the kitchen, full of confidence and bravado. I had my ingredients laid out, my apron on, and a Gordon Ramsay video playing on loop. What could possibly go wrong? First off, I didn't realize that making beef Wellington involves wrapping beef in puff pastry. I mean, who knew? I thought I was just going to slap some beef on a plate, maybe drizzle some sauce, and call it a day. But no, this thing had more layers than an ogre, and I was in over my head. Things started to go south when I attempted to sear the beef. Apparently, you're supposed to get the pan super hot first. I guess I missed that memo because the beef just kind of sat there, looking sad and gray. It was like watching paint dry, except more depressing because I knew I had to eat this eventually. Undeterred, I soldiered on. The next step was to coat the beef in a mushroom paste called duxelle. Fun fact, I have no idea what duxelle is, and I definitely can't pronounce it. So I just winged it. I threw some mushrooms in a blender and hoped for the best. It turned into this brown sludge that looked like something my dog would produce after eating too many table scraps. Delicious. Then came the puff pastry. Now, I've seen enough baking shows to know that puff pastry is supposed to be light and flaky. Mine was more like cardboard. I wrapped my sad gray beef in the sad brown sludge, and then wrapped all of that in the sad hard pastry. It looked like a burrito from hell. By this point, the kitchen looked like a tornado had hit it. Flour everywhere, dirty dishes piled up, and I was covered in a combination of sweat and regret. But hey, at least I was almost done. Into the oven it went, and I set the timer. I decided to use this time to clean up and get ready. Sarah was due to arrive in an hour, and I was determined to make this work. Fast forward to when Sarah arrived. She walked in looking like $1,000,000, and I greeted her with the confidence of a man who definitely did not have a culinary disaster waiting in the oven. We made small talk, had some wine, and everything was going smoothly. That is, until I opened the oven. My beef Wellington had somehow morphed into a charcoal briquette. The puff pastry was burnt to a crisp, the beef was overcooked, and the duxelle had evaporated into nothingness. It was a culinary crime scene. Trying to salvage the evening, I decided to plate it up and serve it anyway. I mean, how bad could it be? Spoiler alert. Really, really bad. Sarah took one bite, and I could see the exact moment her soul left her body. She was a trooper, though. She smiled and tried to chew through the carbonized beef, but it was clear she was struggling. At this point, I had two options, admit defeat or double down. Like an idiot, I doubled down. I asked, "How is it?" Sarah, bless her heart, tried to be polite. "It's, unique. I've never had anything like it." Yeah, no kidding. Realizing that I had utterly failed, I decided to come clean. "Look, I'm really sorry. I have no idea how to cook, and I was just trying to impress you." To my surprise, Sarah started laughing. Not just a polite chuckle, but a full-on belly laugh. You don't say. I never would have guessed. We ended up ditching the beef Wellington and ordering pizza. We sat on the couch, ate pepperoni pizza, and watched Netflix. And you know what? It turned out to be a pretty great night. Sarah said she appreciated the effort, even if it was a disaster, and we laughed about it for hours. So, moral of the story, if you're trying to impress someone with your cooking skills, maybe start with something simple, like toast. Or better yet, just order takeout. Your kitchen and your date will thank you.